But then there's also the worry and the fear of like, oh gosh, now people aren't gonna read it. Which is the whole point of publishing a book, so I need to just get over it. As an indie, I have to do the work to sell this book. I know that the life of a book is so much more than launch day. So today's all about the bare minimum. And again, marathon, not a sprint. Every book I learn a little bit more. This whole idea of progress, not perfection. I'm gonna launch this book the best way I possibly can. This is a lot of work over the last 2.5 years finally coming together. Hello and welcome to a new vlog. Welcome if you're new here. Hi, I'm Andrea. I'm a full-time university writing instructor and a part-time content creator and indie author. Welcome back if you're one of my lovely returning friends. It is great to have you all here. It's Friday night. Like, it's almost time for me to go to bed, but I am starting this vlog a lot later than I had intended. I meant to start this afternoon, but I have been waiting for this package, which has only just been dropped on my doorstep. It was a projected delivery of between 4:45 and 7:45 p.m. and it was dropped off at 7:40. So they were on time, just at the very end of that window. This is the first official copy of my new book. I knew that the majority of this vlog was going to be tomorrow, but I was going to start it today with the opening of this package. I should probably wait and start this tomorrow, but I can't wait to open this package. So we're just gonna do it like this. If you watched the last vlog, that was the publishing day vlog. So as you are watching this, my 8th book baby has been out in the world for 3 days now, officially since launch. It has been published for just over a week. The paperback will have gone live a week ago today if you're watching this on the Wednesday when this vlog goes up. So I hit publish on Tuesday. The Kindle version was live by Tuesday evening and the paperback was live by Wednesday morning. When I checked my email, I think it was live at like 4:58 a.m. or something like that. So when I woke up Wednesday morning at 5:30, the first thing I did was checked to see if if it was live, and it was. So I ordered myself a copy. I can order author copies at just the printing cost, but they take forever, and I always like having an official, like, actual sales, like, consumer copy, because the proof copy comes with this bar on it. So this isn't very useful for taking marketing photos and stuff. So I ordered this. So it's Friday. The book launch is officially on Monday for me as I'm filming this. So it's weird, like these vlogs are always a bit weird to film because as you're watching them, the book is live, we're past launch day, like the book is out, you can get it, links will be in the description box below, but as I'm filming it, it's still not launch day, so the general public still doesn't know. The email list found out today, and if you were one of the people who bought a Kindle copy on the day that email went out, thank you so much a million times. I really appreciate it. I only see the Kindle sales so far. Anyone who's ordered a paperback today, I won't see until possibly tomorrow, and maybe not until Sunday. So I'm trying really hard not to obsessively refresh my sales dashboard every few minutes between now and launch. Like, this is going to be something I have to avoid for the next few days. Anyway, I'm rambling. I'm aware I'm rambling. Let's open this up because I just really want to see what an actual, like, real copy will look like. The proof copy was great, but the proof copies don't compare to the real copies. Oh, it looks so much better without the stupid not for resale bar all over it. You know, the other ones, yeah, my other proof copies, they changed the placement of the not for resale bar, starting with my last book, Candle Shop. If I flip you around, because I keep my proof copies on the shelf here next to my monitor, so you can see it's lower now. It used to be higher. If it was still in that same spot, it would be over the roof line and would be a little bit less obnoxious. Instead, it cuts off the main character's head. But look at it! It's so pretty! In this lighting, it's hard to tell if it's different. It does look on the proof copy, the sky is more blue. It's less blue here. And I think some of the other colors look a little bit lighter. We'll have to see in better daylight tomorrow. But the inside all looks good. There's always that fear, and it is slightly irrational, that even though I have proofed these copies and I've certainly looked at them visually and like made sure all the pages are in the right order and stuff like that, there's still that worry that like I'll open it up and something will be drastically wrong. But it all looks good. I'm so ready. Like, I'm so ready for the launch. I'm ready for the book to be out. It's been there. I've kind of noticed a bit of a feeling of relief today that the email list knows, you know, so like people are starting to know. There's the relief that like it's getting out there and like we're about to be past the launch. But then there's also the worry and the fear of like, oh gosh, now people are gonna read it. Which is the whole point of publishing a book. So I need to just get over it. But yeah, it's kind of funny. It's always just a mix of emotions. But I'm so excited to be holding an actual real copy of my book. And it never gets old. It never gets old. So if you've been thinking of writing and publishing a book, like, just do it. Don't wait. It's an amazing feeling to hold something that you've written, that I've spent like 2.5 years of my life working on this book. Not like all in a row, because I've been working on other stuff as well. But like this one's taken a bit of time. It's not the longest I've taken on a book, but it's the longest I've taken in a while to put out a book. So makes me very happy. Anyway, I need to stop vlogging and we will pick this vlog up tomorrow. But this is the last vlog before launch day. It's the last weekend before launch day. And I don't know that I've really talked that much about like how I plan a launch. So basically what this vlog is going to be is my low effort launch plan prep, how I plan for a low effort launch. That probably sounds like a really bad way of describing it. And we'll talk more about why I kind of take the low effort path. This is not the only way to do a book launch. This is definitely not the best way to do a book launch. So I'm not recommending this, but I do feel like the marketing side and coming up with launch plans and stuff can be one of those things that holds people back. And as an indie author, your book is so much more than the launch day or the launch week or even the launch month. So I just thought we could talk a little bit throughout this vlog about how I prep for launches, what my kind of bare minimum approach is. If I can do more than the bare minimum, I'm always happy to, but there is like a bare minimum of what I try to do to help launch a book. So that is what we will be talking about in this vlog. But for the rest of tonight, I'm gonna go relax because I do want to wake up early and go for a sunrise hike, because I haven't gone hiking today or yesterday or the day before that. So after going hiking Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, so 4 days in a row, I now haven't gone hiking Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday, 3 days in a row. So I am itching to get back out onto the trail. So I will take you all with me tomorrow morning, and then after the hike tomorrow, we will talk more about this book and all of my plans for launch. Okay, continuing on. It's the next day. I've gone for a beautiful hike. It was just what I needed. I'm trying to hang on to that feeling because it did feel really good being out there, but I won't lie, I'm having a bit of a rocky day. Nothing's wrong. It's all in my head, but I still don't feel good. I'll maybe talk about that more later. It's not anything different from what we've been talking about in the last several vlogs. So I'm trying to just ignore it and just focus on what needs to be done today, which is book stuff. So in daylight, the way I had wanted to unveil this book, we've got finally a real copy of the book. So it's interesting. There are some differences. I don't know how well they'll show up on camera, but there are some differences in the colors and the tones between the proof copy and the actual copy. And this is the thing with publish on demand, is there will be slight variances. And these were both published at the same facility. These were both published in Las Vegas. One at the beginning of the month, one at the end of the month. But yeah, so there's little things like, I know now that the color things I was questioning slightly on this one aren't actually in my file, because they don't look the way on this one. And even the back covers, I'm not sure if I don't think this showed up as much. The back covers, the color is slightly different, but it's the kind of thing where if I was just ordering this one copy, I would be like, that's a cute cover, colors look great. It's only when I can put it side by side with another copy that I can see, oh, that's a little bit different. So we're letting it go, we're moving on, it's all good. Just so happy to finally have one. So one of the tasks for today is to take a lot of pictures. I've already started doing that. It's why I've got way more makeup on my face than I have recently. I wanted to look cute in some pictures with my book, and yeah, today is just one of those days where I hate the way my hair looks, I hate the way my makeup turned out, I don't think I look good, and it's all nonsense. It's all the chaos in my brain and more of the lies my brain is currently telling me, but I'm just tired of feeling this way. It's one of those things where part of me wishes I wasn't launching a book on Monday, and I wish I didn't need to film this vlog today, because I would like to just curl up in a ball on the couch and do absolutely nothing today. But life goes on. But this does kind of relate to the topic of this particular vlog, which is talking about my low effort launch plan strategy. Not even gonna call it a strategy, can't call it a strategy. It's just my low effort launch plans and why I take this approach. I feel like book launches, especially for an indie author, can come with a ton of pressure. They can feel like there's a lot of pressure on it. And for me, but I think other indies can chime in here and let me know if you relate to this at all. It's one of those areas where I feel like I am a lot more susceptible to comparison and to feeling really negatively about myself and my books because I'm comparing myself to others. And I have to actively fight that every single book launch, because I will look at all of the other authors I follow online, and I've seen several of them having book launches within the past like 6 weeks. There's a lot of people I follow who've been having book launches, from small indie authors to big influencer accounts who are debuting their first novel, kind of a thing. So it really has spanned the range, and I'm so happy for them. I'm so happy for them. But there's also that tiny part of me that's like, oh, I wish I had that. And so I can get really, like, my perfectionism can flare up and my comparison issues can flare up around a book launch, because the fact of the matter is, setting aside the exceptions to this, you know, setting aside the unicorns in the publishing world, the majority of authors, I feel like, and no one talks about this, but I'm willing to bet I would bet a non-insignificant amount of money on this if I could like actually collect data and see. And indie authors who are watching this, if you're brave enough to answer, I'd love to know in the comments your thoughts. I feel like for most authors, Again, unicorn exceptions aside, for most authors, I would imagine their launch week is a bit anticlimactic. I just think for the majority of us, there's so much buildup and there's so much excitement and there's so much anticipation and we're getting so much hype from our friends and from our family and things like that, and we're so excited. We're so ready. We're so ready. But then the day comes and it's just another day. Is kind of how it ends up feeling. Like, you really do have to put in some effort to make it feel special, because otherwise it's just gonna feel like another day. But even other than that, like, and it's not just the whole, I've learned to not just be focused on the launch day. I do have to focus on the whole week, because on Amazon, Kindle sales will pop up fairly quickly, like within a few hours or so. Paperback sales won't show up, and I think hardbacks are the same. Those won't show up until the book has shipped. So they might not show up for 1 or 2 or 3 days after the person has actually clicked purchase. Those can be a little bit lagging and can take some time. And so it can feel like launch day, like, we build this up to be this big thing, but really you're not going to know how successful your launch was until like 2 or 3 months after the launch day, when you start seeing some actual figures from those first few weeks. And so it can feel a bit like a letdown sometimes. And I'm with where my head is at today, I'm trying really hard not to like second guess the things I'm saying and the things I'm talking about. I'm not saying this to diminish my own excitement for Monday. As I'm filming this, launch day is 2 days away. It's just today and tomorrow, and then the day after tomorrow is launch day for me. And like, I've got things planned. You'll see that in the next vlog. I'm really excited. I'm gonna make launch day really fun and celebratory. I've got plans for the day after launch as well that are just gonna feel really special. So like, I'm doing things on launch day and the day after to really reward myself and celebrate and make it feel special. But there's always going to be that part of the author brain that goes, maybe this launch will be the one that truly launches me, right? That launches my books into the stratosphere, and the numbers are going to skyrocket and it's going to become a freak bestseller or something. That is not going to happen with this book. And that's not me like putting negativity out into the universe. That's truly just me being realistic. Like, it's not going to happen with book 4 of a continuing series in the first week that it's out. As an indie, I have to do the work to sell this book. And so it's so much more than just one day. So this goes back to why I do low effort launch day plans. You can have your book have a better chance of doing really well and like ranking in the sales rankings on launch day if you put some money behind your launch plans, if you hire a marketing strategist, if you hire someone to help you do traditional PR. There are things you can do as an indie to mimic what would be done by a traditional publisher. You're going to pay for that. I don't have that money, so I'm not doing that. So of the things I can do, there's not much that's going to move the needle drastically, go from 0 to 180 kind of a thing in one day or 1 week or even 1 month. Writing a book is a marathon, not a sprint. You've all heard that analogy. Launching a book is the same way. Traditional publishers will take the sprint approach because a traditional publisher has multiple other books that they're going to be working on, and so they've got an author publishing in October, so they're gonna full force that author and that book in October, but they've got another author they're launching in November and another author they're launching in December, or maybe they've got multiple authors each month, so they've got a limited amount of resources. And so there is more of a push to sell as many copies as possible in a short span of time when you traditionally publish. This is anecdotal, this is just what I've observed and conclusions I've come to watching other people do this. With indies, it's completely different. The life of a book is so much more than one day or 1 week or 1 month. This book, my first book, A Brave Start, came out in December 2019. I still sell copies of this book. I've sold quite a few copies of this book just in the last few months in anticipation of this book coming out. As I've been talking about this one, I've been hyping the series, and so I am selling copies of the first 3 books in the series. I can redesign the cover of this one day and launch it almost as a whole new book, give it a new life. As book trends change, I can change my book covers to make my book packaging match the current trends. The stories themselves don't often date themselves that much. It's usually things like the covers that date a book. So as an indie who writes series, I know that the life of a book is so much more than launch day. So selling a book, publishing and selling a book, is also a marathon, not a sprint. So as an indie author who does everything myself, who doesn't have an additional budget for marketing and PR and social media graphics and things like that, like I'm doing everything on my own, I have found that having more of a low effort launch plan works for me. By this point, I've just finished the marathon of writing and preparing this book for publication. I'm now embarking on a second marathon with like no time off in between. There are people who do that. Like there are like legitimately literal marathon runners who do multiple marathons back to back to back. I don't know how they do that. I've already put in so much effort for this book. I don't have a reserve of energy to do now this big sprint just for the launch, particularly not when the life of this book is so much more than the coming week. I focus on doing things that help show that the book is out, spreading that word, and kind of serve as a springboard to the hopefully well-paced marketing and promotion that I will do over the next several months. So I take the perspective with launching a book of also it's a marathon, not a sprint. When you're running a marathon, you don't start sprinting straight out the gate. If you're going to sprint at all, it's going to be towards the end of the marathon. If someone is like running a similar time to you, then you're going to try to sprint at the end to beat them. But generally, the best way to finish something like a marathon is to pace yourself throughout the whole race. So I don't want to burn out on book marketing and book promotion by going all out and doing a million different things that I can't then sustain long term. I would rather be able to post a little bit about this book and do a little bit of marketing for this book every day and every week over the next several months than go wild for this first 4 weeks and then crash and not be able to do any more book marketing because I'm just over it. So yeah, that's a little bit about the why. So as for the what I do, the main things I do are YouTube, like these vlogs, Instagram, social media, and my newsletter. And I think those are the main 3 things. My website, and that's small, but we'll talk about that. We'll talk about all of this more in a minute, but I need to get started. So the first thing I need to do today, I'm going to be doing something in all 4 of those categories today. So the first thing I'm going to do is finish up the publishing day vlog, which is the vlog that will go up on launch day. So I always vlog publishing day and try to make publishing day kind of fun and exciting. And then that's the vlog that goes up on launch day and announces that the book is live. So I'm gonna get working on that and then probably get the newsletter for Monday done and scheduled, and then we can talk more about all of this. Okay, where is my list? I've done the launch day email. That is ready. And I did not have, I'm going to add it just so that I can check it off. Film and edit pub day vlog. Okay, so that's already done. So I have a list in my notes of things to do ahead of launch day. Things that I have already done were create the title and cover reveal email that went out on October 7th. Create the cover reveal images for Instagram. I posted those on Wednesday, October 9th. Create the, these are now all out of order. Create thumbnail for upload day vlog, vlog the day the proof copy arrives, set the launch date, announce launch date in a Friday email, create a new YouTube front card and end card. So the front cards are the little banner that you see at the start of all of these vlogs that have the pictures of all of my books. So every time a new book comes out, I have to add the new book. Eventually, I'm not going to be able to fit them in there. I will figure out what I'm going to do instead when that day comes. But for now, I think it fits 8. I could probably get up to 10. And then after 10, I'm going to have to reevaluate. And then the end card is the bit that pops up at the end before it goes to the YouTube end card that has the links to like subscribe or watch 2 recent videos or something. So the end card that I create is just a little, it's essentially an ad, my own ad, that has pictures of all of my books. And so that one has been saying, so first this book wasn't up there at all. Then I created a blank rectangle that said new book coming, or book 4 coming soon. Then I put the title, or then I put the cover up there once I revealed the cover. And so it had the cover with coming soon in a little banner next to it. And now the one you've been seeing since last vlog is out now or something like that, available now. So those cards have to get updated a few times every time a new book comes out. So I've done that. I created some new social media banner graphics for Facebook and LinkedIn, and then film and edit the pub day vlog. So that's done. Newsletters, I've sent out the early access newsletter on Friday. I have now written and scheduled the launch day email for Monday. That one's just a very shortened version of the email that went out on Friday, basically just reminding everyone, hey, the book's out. If someone missed the email on Friday, they'll get another email on Monday. And then those of you who are subscribed, I promise I will then go back to just weekly emails. I feel like I've sent a few emails. It's been a couple weeks in the last like 4 where I've sent 2 emails in 1 week. That is not going to be the habit going forward. But yeah, I'm just trying to spread the word. So things that are left to do, and some of these are going to be things that I do today. I need to add the book to my website because my website currently doesn't have book 4 on it. I think, oh, now I'm worried. I think all of my other books are on my website. Now I'm worried. Did I put Candle Shop on my website? There's Bookshop. There's Inn of Hopes and Dreams. And no, I did not. Shoot! See, I'm a bad author. So I need to put Candle Shop on there as well. But I need to put, like right now, at the bottom of my website, I just have stay tuned for book 4 coming in 2024. So I need to actually put the information for book 4 on there. And I probably need to, now that there's 4 books, I probably need to put like the link to the series page on Amazon at the top so that someone can just quick jump straight to the series page. So I'm just gonna do, today's all about, I'm not feeling well today. So today's all about the bare minimum. And again, marathon, not a sprint. So I don't have to do all the things today. I just need to do some of the things today, and I can do more of the things tomorrow. I'm also realizing that the current link in my footer on my website goes to a broken link, basically, because I changed the name of it would have gone to my backup, what's now my backup Instagram, but because I changed the name of that account, it's a broken link on my website. So I have not been doing the best with my website. I have a ton of changes I'm going to be making on my website. I'm not going to do them all today. So like, I know I'm probably going to really rearrange a lot of how my books are featured on my website, but today the big focus is to just get book 4 up on there. And then I might take a minute to just put book 3 of Independent Hearts up there, just so that it's up there, and put the link to the series page to each of those series, just because I want people to find my books if they're looking for them. So I need to sort out my website a bit, and I want to take some more pictures of the book, and I want to film some reels. I want to film a page flip, so I need to top down looking at the pages as I flip through them, because I want to do a few page flips over the coming weeks to help promote the book. So I want to film a page flip, and then I've got a couple other reels I want to, or just like stock footage videos for reels that I want to take. So some photos and some videos with the book, basically. And then I put a note to make a launch day / week social media content calendar, and I have already started that, so I will continue working on that. I don't know that I'll do much work on that today. I think today I want to focus on just getting some of the content created and getting the website updated, and then tomorrow I can edit some of the reels and photos and things like that and get them placed in my Instagram planner app that I use, just so that I know what I'm posting. I'm probably going to put up 2 or 3 Instagram posts, like a photo post and 2 reels, or 2 posts and 1 reel, something like that. 3 posts, 1 in the morning, 1 around the middle of the day, like late morning, noon-ish, and then 1 in the afternoon. So like 9, noon, and 3, something like that. That way different time zones are kind of covered as well. So I'll probably do 3 posts on launch day, and then 1 post a day throughout the rest of the week. And so I also want to take pictures of things like the title page and the dedication page, and I'll probably do a picture of the previous books and series page and the also buy page, so that I can like have a post talking about my publishing journey and like, I can't believe it's book 4 and stuff like that. Or, you know, I remember when there wasn't a previous books in this series page, because there were no other books, you know, in the series. So I want to take all those pictures, so that tomorrow and Monday, part of launch day is always planning and editing content for the rest of the week. So yeah. I've got a little folding table that I'm going to put up in a moment when I'm ready to do pictures, so that I can create a little like photo studio for flat lays, because I do not want to be getting up and down from the floor. My back is not doing well. It's a lot, and it can be very overwhelming, and again, I'm doing like the bare minimum, and it's still a lot. This is why people outsource this, and this is also why a lot of authors do pursue traditional publishing deals, although traditional publishing companies are doing a lot less of the marketing. You hear that a lot, that more of the marketing is becoming the author's responsibility, but it still feels like when you're indie, you do way, 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 way more. And yeah, if anyone has experience with indie book marketing versus traditional publishing marketing, and like knows more of what the publishers do and don't do, whether they're a big publisher or a small publisher, I'd love to know. Let us know in the comments. But just from what I've seen, I do think while publishers are doing a lot less in terms of marketing, and more of that is shifting to being the author's responsibility, when you have a traditional book deal, you do still have some help on that. Whereas when you're fully indie, you're doing it all on your own. So it can be very overwhelming. And I never want the marketing. This is another reason why I don't go hard on the launch. I want to enjoy the launch. If I'm spending all of launch day and all of launch week with the social media manager hat on, I'm not actually enjoying launch day as the author. So going back to the life of a book as an indie is so much longer, and it's so much more than just the launch day or the launch week. I would rather have a quieter launch that I get to actually enjoy than maybe a launch with a bit more fanfare and more sales and, you know, I rank or something, but I don't actually get to enjoy it. I think it is different when someone else is doing a lot of that work for you and you get to rank on the lists and you get to enjoy it. Like, that's the ultimate, but that's just not the situation I'm in. And I don't really sell enough books to ever rank. If I had a chance of getting in even the top 100, I probably would go harder, but that's just not, it's not where I'm at right now. And again, it's not about me dismissing the quality of my books or my ability as a writer. It's just being honest about where my writing career is right now. And while 8 books sounds like a lot, and it is by some standards or by some metrics, it's not that much by indie standards. And so 8 books is a lot, but I've only been doing this for just under 5 years, and that's not that long either. It sounds like it. If you're on the outside looking in, 5 years, 8 books, that sounds like a lot. That sounds like I must really know what I'm talking about and what I'm doing. I don't. I'm still learning. Every book I learn a little bit more, and every book goes a little bit better and a little bit smoother, and I am making progress. But I'm just still not at a point where it seems like it's worth it to really go hard and push myself to my limit to try to get certain results on launch day. The math isn't mathing. It doesn't line up. It doesn't make sense for me right now with where my books are at. So we low effort, we bare minimum our way through this. And we enjoy it, because ultimately that's the most important thing, to enjoy it. So yeah, I'm gonna go back to watching the vlog I'm watching, or listening to, more like, and get my website sorted out a little bit, updated a little bit, and then take some pictures of the books. I think I'm done for the day. So I'm not going to cross off take pictures of the book, because I took some today, but I want to take more. I want to take more of the book, like of me holding it up, or just me having like my arm in it or something tomorrow when I'm wearing a different top. And I'll probably have Mom get some candid pictures of me on launch day when I'm over there with her. But I know I got a few different pictures this morning that will work, and then I took one just now that will work, that are all a little bit different. It's 4:30. I feel like I just sat down. I don't know where today has gone, and I'm trying really hard not to beat myself up. But I'm in a very bad headspace overall, and it just same stuff that I've been talking about. And obviously it's not been that long, so I don't have a new doctor yet. That's going to take a while. So just bear with me. I'm going to be getting all in my head a lot, and I'm going to be mentioning that I'm not feeling well, but like it's going to take me a while to get in to see a new doctor and a new specialist and like a gynecologist and all of that. And so we're just going to be playing the game for probably a good few months of, is it PMDD or is it perimenopause or am I just losing my mind? And that's where I'm at today. I feel like my brain does not feel right today. So I'm done. I'm done for the day. I really don't know. I feel like I've been working for 2 hours, not over 3 hours. This day's not going exactly how I had wanted, but that I feel just reinforces the whole point of this vlog of why I'm doing a low effort launch. And that is going to go against all the advice that you see out there. And trust me, I beat myself up about it and I second guess myself and I doubt myself. Should I be doing more? Probably. Can I do more? Do I have the capacity to do more? No. So this is what I'm gonna do. And this is what I feel like all of my vlogs keep coming back to. This whole idea of progress, not perfection. Not comparing ourselves to other writers, other authors, other people doing other things and living other lives with other sets of circumstances and limitations and restrictions and obstacles that they are dealing with. We cannot compare ourselves to each other. That way madness lies. And so if I set this bar of I have to launch my books the way that these other people launch their books, or the way that all of the indie publishing advice forums tell me I should launch my books. If that was the bar I set, we still wouldn't have published A Brave Start. Like, roll back the past 8 books, none of them would be in existence in the world right now, because it would have been too overwhelming and felt too impossible and felt way too expensive and like more than what I could handle. And so I know that there are a lot of you watching me who are aspiring authors who really want to publish your book one day. You want to see your story in print for the rest of us to be able to read. Don't let things like this stop you. Don't let the feeling of, well, my cover isn't going to look as good as these people's covers, or my formatting isn't going to be as good, or my book launch isn't going to run as smoothly, and I'm not going to sell as many books. I mean, guess what? The truth about book sales is very different from what you would imagine. I can't remember exactly off the top of my head, but I'm going to Google it really quick. Okay, most self-published authors will likely sell around 250 books or less. It's really not that many. I have sold more than that of all of my books combined. You're not going to sell a ton of books. And so to go into a launch thinking I have to sell 1,000 books or 10,000 books in order for this launch to be successful, again, the unicorns can do that. The people who have 500,000 or 1 million subscribers or followers on YouTube or Instagram, those sorts of people are selling 10,000 copies in their first month. Your average debut author, nowhere close to that number. The number I am hoping to sell, like Good, Better, Best, and Wildest Dreams for this launch, well under 100. Just being honest, well under 100 is what I'm hoping for. 100 would be Wildest Dreams, but selling 100 copies of any book, especially a 4th in series, is a challenge. It's a long road, and it's not going to happen in launch day, launch week, launch month. So again, it all comes back to I'm not doing well physically, mentally. I have a lot going on in my life. I have a full-time job. I'm having health difficulties. I'm in this weird place with my brain and my body, and I'm really struggling. And I'm not gonna hold this book. Like, I'm not gonna delay a launch just because I'm not in the best place right now. I'm gonna launch this book the best way I possibly can. And that's what I'm gonna focus on. And so yeah, I'm gonna be happy with this book. I'm already happy with this book. I'm so happy with this book. This is a lot of work over the last 2.5 years finally coming together. And there is now, again, I don't have my actual copy, but I'll hold up the proof copy again. There's now an actual physical book that's going out in the world. And so just going along back to what I started talking about a few vlogs ago about how I'm realizing I have a problem with diminishing my joy and my sense of accomplishment. The launch is one area that I'm really trying to not do that. To just let myself enjoy, let myself have fun with this launch and celebrate it and celebrate this book. And even if it's just a dozen or so of you who are as excited about this as me, I want to celebrate it with, you know, however many of you are really that excited. And if the rest of you are like, yeah, maybe I'll check it out one day, I'm excited about that too. That's the joy of indie publishing, is there is no time limit on this. And this book will be here for anyone who's interested in it whenever they decide to give it a try. And I was looking at the numbers for the previous 3 books, because that's the other thing to keep in mind. Book 1s tend to do a lot better over time than 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and so on and so forth. So I know how many copies book 1 has sold. Book 2 sold significantly less than that, and then book 3 has sold roughly half of what book 2 has sold. So I know it's going to keep going down. That's where my good, better, best is kind of based on, using the numbers of the previous 3 books and the diminishing numbers of book 1, book 2, book 3 is how I'm kind of setting some hopefully realistic goals for what I can try to do for this book. So yeah. Anyway, that's a bit of a ramble on that. I need to go sit down. I'm not gonna get any writing done, and that does bum me out because I haven't done any writing the last few days, I think. Where's my plants or journal? I haven't written since the 22nd, Tuesday. Yeah, so I didn't write Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday, and now I'm not gonna write on Saturday. So getting back into the daily writing habit's going great, but it's fine. It will be fine. Again, focusing on joy and not on anything else. And I want to enjoy launch. I want to enjoy writing. And so if I'm not enjoying these things, I need to take a step back and reassess my motivations and my mindset as I'm approaching things. So it's not a good time for me to write. It's getting late. I'm very tired, and I just know I wouldn't enjoy it. So I'm gonna go read on the couch for like an hour. I just started a new novel, so I'm gonna go finish my San Pellegrino while I do some reading and just let my brain calm down a little bit, because I think it needs it. Okay, I have done my skincare, taken off all of my makeup. My face feels nice and fresh now. Been relaxing for the last few hours, and my brain does feel calmer, which is a very nice feeling. We'll talk about it more in another vlog, but yesterday and today, it just it's been absolute chaos in my mind. I read for a little over an hour. I finished reading the Ravenswood Witch by Jenny Keir, I think, and that was good. It's another kind of Victorian era gothic mystery, bit of magic thrown in. It was really good. And now I'm reading The Historian by Elizabeth Kostova. I'm still early on, so I don't really know how to describe it, but yeah, I'm intrigued. I'm very intrigued, but it's long. It's like 700 pages. I probably have bitten off more than I can chew with reading this, but I am really curious about it. I'll tell you more about it when I finish it. But yeah, tomorrow I know I need to take some more photos, because I just need to be taking as many like marketing photos as I can of the book over the next few days to then roll out over the next few weeks. And I would like to try to do some writing tomorrow and some more reading, but mostly just relaxing. I need to relax. It's going to be a really busy week with work, and so I want to enjoy the launch and I want to have fun with the launch, but I also need to make sure that I'm taking time to write and to get work done, and yeah, it's fine. It's all gonna be fine, and that's what I just keep telling myself. I just wish I felt better. It has helped. Like, I know there's something. PMDD, perimenopause, something else, whatever. I know there's something. So when my brain really runs away from me, like it has over the last couple of days, I just remind myself that I'm okay. There's nothing actually wrong. Like, there is, but there isn't. Like, there's something going on, and I will eventually find a new doctor to help me figure it out. But like, the things that my brain is trying to convince me are wrong, those aren't the things that are actually wrong. That makes sense? Probably not. So yeah, I try to just acknowledge whatever weird thing my brain is thinking about and kind of like, thanks for sharing, we're moving on now, and then get back to whatever I'm trying to do, and also just trying to give myself time to just relax. I know I need sleep. I did not sleep well last night, so I'm really hoping that my hike this morning and all the fresh air I got, and then having kind of a busy day today, I'm really hoping I'm just gonna knock myself out tonight. I just need a good night's sleep. That's all I need, please. So yeah, but anyway, thinking about more positive things, my book is out. You can go buy it. As you're watching this, it's still launch week, and because you're watching this on Wednesday, the launch was on Monday, so it's still the middle of launch week. So thank you. Past me is thanking future you who's watching this in the present moment. Just thank you in advance for the love that I know that you all are giving this book, because you really are. I say this a lot, but I still feel like I don't say it often enough. You all are truly the best community I could possibly have. And if any of you do get the book, or for those of you who do, because I know some of you will, make sure you read the acknowledgements, because I mention you in the acknowledgements. So don't skip those. I know some people don't read past the end in a book, but please read the author's note and the acknowledgements, because I actually do take both of those things seriously when I write them, and I do acknowledge you all. So make sure you read the acknowledgements. I hope you're enjoying it if you're reading it. I hope you enjoy Celeste's story, and yeah, another one's out. Another book baby is out in the world. My friend Janelle texted me when she got her paperback copy, and she said she's already on the shelf next to her sister's. So, and I love that. I love thinking that my book is either sitting on your Kindle or is sitting on your bookshelf, that thought just fills me with so much joy. So thank you in advance, because I know you all are going to be lovely about this book. So I hope you enjoyed this vlog. If you did, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you're not subscribed. I'd really appreciate both of those things. The next vlog will be the launch day vlog, and I do have some fun stuff planned. Things don't always go as planned, so we'll see what happens. But I will be going over to my parents' house and spending the day hanging out with Mom and Gus and my dad and kind of celebrating with them, which I think will be really nice. So come back to the next vlog for that. In the comments, leave me some book and England related emojis for my latest London book to let me know which one of you lovely people have made it all the way to the end of this vlog, because you all are the real MVPs. In the comments as a question, other authors, I would love to know your thoughts on low effort launches versus going all out, marathon versus sprint as far as the life of a book. I hope someone will help me feel a little less alone about not going overboard with my launches, or will just validate some of my struggles with book launches. Aspiring authors, I'd love to know your thoughts. Like, have you thought about what your launch plans might be? Has anything I've said helped you think a little bit differently or just more kindly about the process? And I guess if you're not a writer, is there anything that you kind of approach with kind of a low effort standpoint in order to make it feel less intimidating or something? I don't know. If anything I've said in this vlog has resonated with you in any way, I'd like to know in the comments. Or was it just interesting to hear behind the scenes of launch plans of an indie author? And yeah, on that note, I'm gonna go lay down back on the couch for a little bit longer. I think I'm gonna watch YouTube. British Bake Off has like totally chilled me out. So I'm gonna find a nice cozy vlog or something to watch for about 20 minutes, and then I'm gonna go to bed. And I will see you all very soon in the next vlog. Thank you very much for watching this one. Bye!